Okay. I think we're good to go now. I think we've gotten everything addressed that felt slightly askewed, if you will. Maybe that's something to say about the energy. Maybe now the collective is in this really focus energy. Yeah, I got the energy, like, make sure you're not getting yourself caught up in any distractions. But I honestly believe that in distractions at this point in time are actually going to work out just fine. It'll be like, it will never be an instance of like overindulging. So there's no overindulgence in this period. It's a huge, wow, how do I explain this? It's a huge period of, what is the wording, the verbiage I will use for this? Anyway, let's just see how the collective is showing up. Three of Cups. Okay, that's a nice energy. Three of Cups is like friendship and community and things like that. But I feel like, okay, so this is, I'm very much getting like, it's an energy of like, we make the rules here. And so this is what's about to happen. So maybe it's just like setting some expectations in the new arena, setting some, people are having to bow down. Yeah, so setting expectations. People, I don't want to say bow down because then they get all upset and they're all butt sore. But in reality, what's typically happening right now is people are having to acknowledge your power. People are having to acknowledge that you hold the capability in your sweet little heart to do nothing at all in retaliation to them, and they will get beheaded in some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the word that came out. And if you know anything about channeling, we do not totally have control. We often try to think before we speak with this, but most often than not, because we are being led, we tend to just communicate freely. So please understand that. Intuitively, most of the people watching this understand we are channeling this. Speaking of channeling, I got some really wild downloads, guys. I don't know if you guys understand this, but everything that you see happening on television or in the news media with respect to these people in the entertainment industry and politicians and all this getting caught up in the things that they're getting caught up in now, the way that they can't get out of it, that is a part of this. I don't know if you guys understand how those two worlds connect and collide, but everyday people's energy is being used every day for the benefit of those that's why they created the television and the radio, etc., because those were the sources by which they were able to send out the vibrations and information that they wanted to the masses without any control but their own. But anyway, I'm not going to get into what the government is doing today. That's not what we came for. But we know. Just so they know. We know. We see all the pictures. We see the big ones. We see the little ones. We see it all. All right. They wanted that to be out. All right. See this about yeah. I think this is a concern for most people, is like how mysterious you are. How much you keep your business to yourself. Like, you've really mastered how to just, like, it's not your business and you will not know. There's no going around me. There's no asking other people. There's no looking into the crystal ball. There's no going to the reader. There's no getting into your closet and trying to astral project to my mind in the middle of the night. There's none of that. No. It's just a long, arduous road. There's a woman. There's an older woman. I don't know if that's the root worker or the person in your life, but there's a woman who's just continued down this path with all of this, like, illusionary information and understanding of the way that the world worked. They made it seem as though they were the guiding force, that they were like, because the person at the back of the boat is usually doing the guiding, right? Isn't that how it works? So they made it seem as though they're the guiding force. This may be a matriarch or some sort, or someone who wanted to be seen as a matriarch, but they haven't done anything. They haven't done anything but lead people into traps, into other illusions. That's all they really know. That's why it's really important for people to understand and to understand who it is that they're working with. And it feels like this person has realized too, at the end of this road, at this point, they have realized themselves that they're like, we got to move on. We got to find something else. We got to find a way to get to higher ground. And what we were doing in this path is not it. Wow. Okay. So some people are coming to terms with the fact that they just have to, I can't say it keeps coming out as bow down. Bow down. Like they have to acknowledge this. They have to like get over it. They thought that they were putting you in maybe some self-imposed prisons. And it's like you were just kind of like, no, those are just the swords kind of hanging out just to kind of be available to me as I need them, you know, for whatever purposes I may need them for. I don't know. Shoot. Am I practicing of, you know, my Prince of Swords energy where I'm practicing, you know, my stance or whatever it is that Prince of Swords practice. Okay, the other two cards that came out are the Lovers and the Chariot. The Lovers came out after that, and then the Chariot. And so a lot of people are frustrated because they have no idea. They have no idea of how fast things are moving for you, how possibly slow things are moving for you, for the Lovers in general. And I get, okay, I don't want anybody to be disheartened by the information and the things that I say, but in reality, I don't feel like anyone doesn't want love and doesn't want a person, even if the person is just a companion. You understand? Because some people have made really great lives out of having a companion, someone to live their life with, you know, so it just may be someone that works well with you, you know, that understands the fruits of your labors, you understand theirs, you know, you can cohabitate. And I think this is what, like, and I don't know why this roommate situation keeps coming up, but this is how some people are actually able to have really good roommate relationships where neither one of them are in a relationship with each other. Like they totally live separate lives as far as the physicality of it, and you know that intimate space. But they're able to share an intimate space and be intimate with one another, but it be like that of a brother or sister. And people don't really believe that, but disciplined people don't find that difficult to do. Especially disciplined people who know that they're saving themselves for a specific purpose and a person. What was that? There was something the other day. There was something that came up the other day. Oh, it was a good one. Oh, there's so many of those though, aren't there? Okay, hold on. Ba-da-da-da. So I heard this saying on an old television show, right? And it was to a young couple where the guy, I guess, you know, maybe 14, let's say, had finally gotten the girl over to the house, and it was just him and the girl. And he turned on the music and he kind of like showed her all the bells and whistles of the house, you know, like they did on Boomerang. But this is just a young couple. They're small young teenagers. And so they were sitting down talking and on the couch, and the girl's like questioning whether or not the boy's serious about her. Like, what does he expect and all of this? And he said, well, no, I get it. He said, and if you don't save it, how can you savor it with the right person? And that's very true. If you don't save what you have to give for someone, how can you savor it? So that's a part of the process that's been playing out too, and the divine timing of it is for us to be able to savor what we have, so much so that when we get what we want, it's just like, oh my gosh, you savor even more. You know, the saving leads to it being more savory. Whew. Okay. And if you don't save it, how can you savor it with the right person? How can you savor it with the right person? You know, how can you savor it with the right person? That puts a lot of people at odds, you know, with what they stand for within themselves, you know, that statement themselves. Because a lot of people want to say, oh, this, you know, saving yourself doesn't make you divine. Yes, it does, because you got to be set apart in some way, shape, or fashion. And if you out there giving all your sacral chakra energy away, then how is it useful anymore if it's been, you know, just ran through? You know, that's where the understanding of ran through comes to, you know, to life. To me, that's where I see the statement of being ran through, coming to life within people's worlds, so to speak. So this Lovers and Chariots. So I feel like things are always moving at a very constant pace. There's always a constant pace for the lovers, for the collective, for the chosen ones, for the divine beings, for, you know, and the individuals that they're in partnerships with. I just want to make that clear. Look at that majestic creature in the background on the stone creature. That's awesome. I feel like that's indicative of the energy within the collective. It's like a lion taking flight. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So let's see what's happening over in this Five of Wands energy, because that one came out all kind of crazy, and it was, you know, it feels very misguided. Like I feel like people in this instance feel like they were misguided. They thought they were building something. I guess maybe they felt like they had put up the perfect facade. But what essentially happened is they put a lot of people against one another at this point, because that's what's happening now. They don't have a choice, because now it's like somebody has to take the fall for it. So like I was saying, as it equates to the stuff that's happening in the mainstream, somebody's got to take the fall for all of this stuff that's been going on in the background in the entertainment industry. And they're making that clear, you know? Prince of Cups. Yeah, it doesn't look so good over there for them. This is a Prince of Cups energy, which is it's a Knight of Cups. So it's like, it's giving like a romantic, charming energy, but I'm not sure where the heart is in this. Is what I'm not feeling here. Like I feel like there's like a storm, there's some lightning, but oh, okay. That's their trouble. They romanticize the idea. That's how they screwed everybody. They romanticize this idea with everybody of like what it's going to be like after. So nobody was really focused so much on how this could backfire on them, because they set the intention to everybody that their focus needed to remain on what was to happen afterwards, which is true when you're trying to manifest. Like you want to look forward, but it feels like, I don't know, in the scheme of things, it was like they were just that little bolt of lightning way back there with respect to like the sky that the collective is ruling with all of this out here, most especially this. And I also get with this too. And that's the truth. From who else? From who you know to tell the truth. Oh, this is so cute. All right, let's see. I just was checking the energy. I didn't expect this to get like a little deep, but I did, because these downloads have been wild. There's a lot happening out here right now. People are like, you know, the fall guys have to fall at this point. And there's a lot of people going down right now because there's a lot of people involved. I don't have to make anything up. What was I just telling you? What was taking place now? What exactly was I saying that was taking place? That has now shown up in the cards as I was saying that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Don't believe me if you don't want to. These people were thinking that they were going towards some green pastures or some new opportunities that they would keep you stuck, and now they're not sure what to do. I feel like they feel like there's this huge, like, rapid wave, like, getting ready to close up on them. Some people have already gotten there. Yeah, some people have already gotten there. I feel like there's no reprieve. They can't, because there's nothing coming up for them. Like there's nothing, like there's just constant victories, and you know, there's nothing coming up for them except for the things that nobody wants to be bothered with, right? Which is like legal issues, car problems, problems with your spouse, problems with your children, problems with your boss, problems with your coworker, problems with the man that lives across the street, problems with the guy downstairs, problems with the person that, you know, does the such and such for them, problems with the this. It's like problems everywhere. Like if this person went to pick up Fluff and Fold and that was like, oh, okay, good, I'm going to get my Fluff and Fold. That Fluff and Fold gonna smell like mildew. It's gonna smell like you need to bring it back and have them redo it. And a lot of this is taking place essentially because of everything that they've done. So let me tell you a story. I was getting ready to make a post the other day, but I decided not to because I was like, yo, this is wild. So they definitely are doing things to try to poison people, okay? If you have been feeling like someone might be trying to put something in your food, or you felt like you may have been poisoned, that definitely has been a theme and work over the last 2 weeks or so. But, you know, mind over matter. Also, you know, if you're divinely guided, you'll know what's up and you'll, you know, act accordingly. They also are trying to send things during your sleep. So I would say if you are susceptible to getting attacked during your sleep, please wear something white over your head. I'm going to start providing those for people too that want them, because those are kind of crucial to this walk and in order to really like be able to see fully this. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get those out. But what was the thing I said I looked up and took a picture of? I'll be taking pictures of so much stuff. Okay, it's not in this phone, it's in the other phone, so I won't be able to show it to you guys this time. But oh, wait a minute, hold on. Thanks for holding. Yeah, so for whatever reason, it wasn't in that phone. I kind of like this better. I kind of like the fact that like on this live, I can actually dip out and go look at other stuff and it'll just keep you legit on pause. I like this. Yeah, I can't find that info. So if I do, I'll definitely post something. But what I know for sure happened was that there was someone who was doing some magic against you, some spell work, some, you know, stuff to, you know, attack you. And it was blocked by the Most High, of course. But the way the way that it backfired on them was like legit, like crazy. Like from what I heard, the person they started a long time ago doing mirror magic on you. So the way that his returned back to them now, look, it's maybe on the masculine and feminine, on the Empress and the Emperor. The way that it's returning back to them is the mirror literally jumped off the wall, and like, you know how you have a mirror mounted on your wall? So this person was walking through their hallway and the mirror just basically jumped off the wall at the person. And this is a real life story. So this is just how like things are just going to continue to be made clear that you're not to mess with the 144, with the divine beings, with God's chosen ones. Like that's being made clear for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yep, I knew it. Okay. So what I'm getting, so I was examining the Seven of Cups the other day too, because I thought this was super important. Like, you know, as per usual, I'm always, and I'm going to end it there. Yeah, this is definitely like, this is literally the energy that everybody else is in outside of the collective right now. It's just tower after tower. It's like thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. They do not like this energy, but this is exactly the energy that they gave you. This is the exact energy that they presented you with. Or you were allowed to be presented with in order for you to overcome certain generational curses and just, you know, psychological things like being codependent or, you know, those types of things, greedy, or, you know, whatever it is, in order for you to become completely in the upright and in your north node, let's just say. And I know what people say, oh, you got to watch out for people saying to use this and use that, and you hone into this. No, again, the only time it's incorrect and improper use is when you use it for what? Bodily harm or injury towards another person outside of yourself, or to go against someone's free will. Okay. Anyway, so I was examining this Seven of Cups the other day. Right? And what I was noticing is this is not the regular Seven of Cups. So this is, I don't know if this is a couple, or take it how it resonates, or you and a business person, or this is just you and the, you know, the divine, the almighty, you know, sky creator, sky daddy himself. What I'm noticing is that this is actually a depiction of a proper Seven of Cups, because we have to understand there is a proper way to view these cards, you know what I mean? But this is like, there are opportunities that are being created here and put in these cups for the individuals that appear in these cups down here. So it's like what you are creating is actually the overflow creates for others. Okay, so there's old people here. There's an opportunity for the divine to be lifted up in the things that you're pursuing. So here's the old people, the divine. There's future generations and legacy right here is what I'm seeing there. There's, I feel like this is soul family, like people that have traveled the hard road as well, that, you know, are also in the struggle, either starting or in it or, you know, whatever, but are going through that. This is, I want to say this is like your family unit. I want to say this is like a very close, or your team, maybe if you have a team. And then this you and your person. Yeah. And see, it's like, okay, through your own exploration of your own cup you were able to decipher and determine, because that's the what is that? That's something Egyptian inside that cup for sure. So through your own examination and kind of looking at the divine and all the different knowledges and historical and ancient information and whatnot. There's even a Jewish star on here, you guys, a crown. I think that's the Eye of Horus, and then there's a flower. So it's made of everything. So this is very much my subscription. Like, I subscribe to all of that. Yep. Yep. All the good stuff. Yep. Subscribe away. That's me. So what followed this up is kind of like our most favorite things, like the things we always get followed up as, like the things we always present as, you know, oneself and our guiding light and all the rest of that good stuff. So hold on, please hold. Someone will be with you shortly. Okay. All right. So after that is this lovely sun card. How could you mistake this? This is the energy that the collective is living in. I feel like you're just walking up that staircase. You're just walking up that staircase right into this light, which is you. That's why people are having a harder and harder time just even being in your presence. You know what I mean? That's what's making them do these attacks, but then they're instantly being met with, you know, whatever they're being met with, and that's what's stopping them. But it's because of this. People can't stand to look at you, hear you, smell you, all of that. You. That's what some people think. You. But I feel like it doesn't matter. Non-factors, yet again. I don't have anything else to say about that. Let's move on to the next card, the Ten of Cups. I just heard a gospel song. Look at what God made. Is that a song? You'll let me know. Look at what God made for his favorite. That's the energy you're moving into. God's favorite. You down with G-O-D? Yeah, you know me. I'm just saying, like, you're coming out as the absolute truth and power right now. Your energy is one that is an ascended master. You do work with the Holy Spirit. You do work with the divine creator. You do work in all these other realms. You are who you say you are. That is being tested and proven to be true, just like a Queen of Swords would. Just like a Queen of Swords would be, right? Who would expect anything less from that type of energy? I'm just saying. I guess that's all we need to do. That's all we needed to do here, was just to check in on this energy. See what was what with respect to like what was going on outside of the collective, which it seems like just a lot of chaos. They don't even want to show their faces at this point. They don't even want their energy to be on the table because they're in such like catastrophes at this point. They've got legal issues. They've got, you know, some people's children are being taken away from them. Some people are losing their jobs. Some people have lost their jobs already, or losing and getting kicked out of their homes. Some people are losing family members in multiple ways, you know, to either to accidents or to the accidents that they cause in the lifestyle of themselves and their family members. Like, this is legit not looking good for these folks. I wanted to take a step back though, because I wanted to examine one of these. Oh, the Seven of Cups. Okay, let me get my book, because I wanted to read what the book says on the Seven of Cups, because you know that book be a little bit different. It's got all that knowledge that we need and want, just so we can take a look and see, like, is this Seven of Cups giving what it's supposed to be given? Upright, you are looking at a number of possibilities now. Too many to make an easy choice. With so many choices, you are living out different roles in your imagination, but having a hard time deciding which one to manifest into reality. Yeah, I get that too, because there's so much that you could do. There's so many ways to do it. There's so many people that you could help. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But essentially, for the Seven of Cups to be followed up by the Sun, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Swords, I can't see that being a failure. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see. There was one more card I wanted to look at a little bit more in depth, and that is the Moon card. Astrologically, the moon represents the soul, which is linked between the spirit, the sun, and the matter, which is earth. The moon is feminine. It symbolizes what we feel and how we respond. Therefore, it is emblematic of all that is receptive in human nature, the subconscious, the emotions, the instincts, and the automatic functions of the body. The lunar self is the channel for the flow of the universal or divine source. And as such, the moon has great power. So upright says that you're aware of the need to tune into your lunar energies. Just what I said. You're tuning in. You're honing in on like, okay, what are the opportunities? You're now perceiving the reality of your inner nature more clearly, becoming more aware of the shadings and nuances of your feelings and inner perceptions. The moon also suggests psychic ability. You can tune into other people's vibrations because you're connected to the information network of the invisible world. Pay attention to your hunches and dreams. This is also a good time to develop your psychic skills. So all this tells me is, like I said, you already know what's up. Your psychic abilities, your stuff is on point. The fact that you come off so mysterious is because you are so mysterious. There's no faking this. There's no faking this. This is not funk either. That's why I didn't say there's no faking this funk, because there ain't nothing funky about this. This is fine, fly, all that fantabulous ass shit. So people need to get somewhere. They stepping in the wrong direction when they stepping at you. I don't know whose ancestor is pissed off right now that I'm channeling, but they is not happy at all. I don't even do readings like this saying your ancestors this. This is real. This is happening, y'all. I hope y'all understand that. Where these people are that went against you, they don't even want to be out here on the table. The biggest thing that they can show up is sorry. A sorry five of wands. These people are so like they're in so much trouble. Do you understand? Like, why would anybody risk doing things that would put them in jail? If this is not 1980 where you could take your kids' information and use it and get away with it, these people took other people's, oh God, these people are in such trouble. But anyway, for the collective, clearly it's looking like the marvelous life that you'd already, anticipated having. I don't see anything coming up in opposition of what benefits the collective at all. Like, I don't see a thing out here on this table. Not a thing. I see judgment being served and called with swiftness. People being made to uphold and acknowledge the truth. It's not like an option anymore. It's like, no. This is what it is kind of energy. There's nothing else I can say. This is appropriate, incredibly appropriate. If people feel like, oh, well, I shouldn't be in this, well, then how did you get yourself there? Did you think about that? Was that what you were thinking about when you were looking in another person's direction, wanting that for them? Because this is why this is all happening. This is so wild. The collective has such a bright life ahead of them, though. That's what's so so wild, because it's like, gosh, they could have been a part of this. Did they know that? Did they care? The Spirit's telling me like they never took the time to go within. They never took the time to even try to see like what was being offered to them. They just, it's you see this energy where it's like, it's just blowing out of this person's hand. That's what they did. Instead of like saying, oh, let me throw this in front of me to create a space for myself, they just busy looking somewhere else, letting shit blow in the wind. Yeah, all their opportunities. Yep, all their opportunities in life, all their new beginnings, all their opportunities are being met with this energy. Like endings, people backing out, no more. Like they're whatever they used to be used to in their life, that is no more. That is most certainly no more. Okay, what else? I want to get into the collective, but I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this is what flew out, the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Sacred Circles. So as per usual, the collective is just onward and upward. So, just accepting the possibility of life, accepting the good fortune that has been dealt for them. That's what I'm getting from this Fool card. Because if you know the Fool card, the meaning of the Fool means like to surrender or looking at life with a lot of possibilities and, all of that. And so this Nine of Cups is very much giving like you are walking into a life of celebration. You will be celebrated. You will have so many opportunities to celebrate too. That's also going to be a part of this Seven of Cups. Like your life will be filled with a lot of choices, a lot of opportunities, a lot of options. That comes with the territory. But that's when you use your discernment to say, okay, yes, I go to this party, and no, I don't go to that party. All right. Oh my goodness. So the guy that played Lamont on Sanford and Son, I just ran across an interview that someone did with him, and somehow the person that was interviewing him brought up the Diddy situation. Now for me, I'm all ears. I'm like, okay, because this is a voice we haven't heard in a long time. Soon as the man's face popped on the screen, it's like, oh, he's preserved himself very well. The man looked very sharp. He looked very with it. He looked very together, very happy, very prosperous still, okay? And looking at him, I said, oh, this is a man of God. You can tell. He glows. So I'm listening, and he's discussing how this has been going on since the beginning of time, basically. There was somebody else like back before he started in the industry, and I'll go ahead and upload that video. Like I'll put that in the community section because I think that that's critical, because this man is about 70 years old, and if you hear what he says, he's explicitly letting everyone know like this has always been going on. This is something that you have to understand, that like we have to come together and grasp and be able to see it from, a different perspective in order to get a hold of it. Because it will get a hold of you. That's pretty much what he was saying. He was like, 1:44. It's 1:44 p.m. right now. So it's literally one of those situations where it's like you do want to watch that and kind of hear what he's saying, because it makes your heart feel a little bit more solid about the fact that like doing right and doing well and doing good and being a good person is a possibility, and that no matter where you turn to in this life, as long as you're being a good person, you will live a good and fruitful life. So, which is incredibly important to me, which is also why I'm seeing like this Nine of Pentacles too. It's kind of like that discipline, that self-reliance, that refinement of self. Like I said, when I saw him, he looked that way. It's you being grateful and excited about the luxuries that you've been afforded in life. Coupled with that and this, like who wouldn't be, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts. You know what I mean? So that's what I see in the collective's future. It's a world of possibility. Actually, a whole stinking universe, a galaxy, if you will. All right? Be encouraged. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.